Sorry. Now I gotta redo this whole thing. Okay. All right. So I'll edit this in later videos, but welcome back, everybody, to a Crypto Sherpa live video where I read you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to. Again, sorry that my mic wasn't working. I had a link to my switchboard and not my microphone, which isn't hooked up to that. So welcome to the Crypto Sherpa channel. Oh man, I totally messed that up. But yes, I am super bullish on cryptocurrencies right now, especially Bitcoin. There is so much good news out there and everything. Like we got Florida's bold Bitcoin proposal to be added to the state pension fund, as you can tell as the article was going through. We got Michael Saylor's company MicroStrategy want to put another $42 billion into it in the next 3 years. And the Brics nation has 3 new members and they're mining Bitcoin, which could roll out to others. So yeah, super bullish on Bitcoin. I've already wasted 8 minutes of this video going on. For those tuning in live, I am just restarting this video now because my microphone was not working, but we're back and we're working. So let's go through these news articles so that way you guys can know what's going on in cryptocurrencies today. So first up, we got Florida's bold Bitcoin proposal for state pension funds, and it sparks excitement, and yes, it does. So the state CFO, Jimmy Petronis, recently stirred the public's interest when he reportedly suggested that Bitcoin should be included in the state pension fund's investment. Thus, Petronis, in his latest letter addressed to Chris Spencer, that the executive director of SBA pointed to Bitcoin's image of digital gold. His proposal claims that adding Bitcoin can diversify pension funds, protect against fluctuations, and bring the state's new valuable digital assets. So yeah, this is going to be a really good thing for Bitcoin. If this is like a huge goal, it's because like the new gold standard that they could have going. But yeah, let's continue on. Bitcoin could join Florida State Pension Fund as a digital gold opportunity. Petronis' proposal is part of his plan to bring modern investments to the state's public funds, which he stated is in line with Florida's progressive strategies in its funds. Now, in his letter, Petronis focused on Florida's economic model and technological liberalism as it benefits of digital assets. Now, ever since I have been in practice, the states have been a pioneer in the financial and technological industries. That position would only be strengthened by this step. Petronis said in his letter that he further said that this uncertainty is seen as an effectiveness of Bitcoin as a hedge by the state's pension funds. Now, this radical call to adopt Bitcoin for public finance is not the first of its kind. Several states have begun engaging in crypto investments, and some continue investing in small amounts of pension funds for cryptocurrency. For example, we got Wisconsin, which has been gradually integrating with crypto assets, as well as Michigan, which has committed only a small part of its pension funds in order to try the digital asset. Now, while Petronis' latest proposal for Florida could join these states in preparing its pension fund to take advantage of its investments in digital currencies. Now, the proposal highlights national crypto interests and local security efforts. So at the same time, Petronis' letter does not only cover the experience of Florida's pension funds, but is connected with a discussion of cryptocurrencies in the United States on the whole. He also noted the current focus on it as emphasizing recent national measures, such as a bill by ex-President Donald Trump for a national crypto reserve. This interest has led some of the states to act in favor of digital currencies and the hope of standing as the benefactors in the changing global financial system. Now, for now, in Florida, for example, Governor Ron DeSantis has been pushing for laws aimed at shielding residents from CBDCs. Petronis highlighted that these state-led initiatives proving that Florida is ready for the next steps is bringing security to its economy through digital assets. Now, in exerting pressure toward the inclusion of Bitcoin in the pension fund, Petronis seeks to gain ownership in what he refers to as digital gold, since Bitcoin has been compared to gold as a store of value. Now, apparently, the conventional apparatus of investments offers the best points for the Floridians. Petronis said in his letter he stands to argue that this move would help enhance better returns as well as the flexibility of states' pension funds in the face of economic fluctuations. Now, there could be potential risks and benefits to Florida's pension fund with this. So, however, adopting Bitcoin into a state pension fund has its own risks no matter the promising factors involved, but cryptocurrencies are not stable and fixed in value, and the past performance of Bitcoin teaches this lesson rather than seriously. Petronis has called on the SBA to undertake due diligence in order to make an investment that is wise, moderate, and in the best interest of the state's investment. Now, also in his proposal, Petronas proposed a new digital currency investment pilot program that is best suited for the Florida Growth Fund, which targets advanced and progressive investments. He underlined the necessity for guaranteeing this program and would be the pilot and more closely controlled in order to not compromise the pension fund in Florida. In details, Petronas emphasized the importance of planning and assessment to turn it into a long-term strategy for the state. Now, this proposal captures Floridian progressive mindsets towards investments while acknowledging the responsibility bearing on saving Floridians' life earnings in pension funds. Now, Petronas also said that this could offer a balanced approach that offered even greater benefits without compromising on safety. Now, in conclusion, can Florida lead digital financial future? I hope so. That's why we started our crypto clubs here as the first hub. It's like it's going to be very great for it. So yeah, I think it can. But in this article, Florida's latest decision to consider Bitcoin as an investment asset for its pension fund can be described as a major development in transforming the sphere of public finance. With digital assets gradually blending into conventional finance, Petronas' plan could put Florida ahead for cryptocurrency use in state pension funds. If successful, it could encourage other states to replicate it, which could define the next generation of digital finance in the public sector. Petronas' advocacy for digital gold lays down an ambitious plan of incorporating blockchain into one of the oldest types of public investments, opening the door for other states to follow. Now, while Florida's proposal could indeed drastically change how pension funds view digital assets, it also has the potential to add more diversification to investments that the state offers. Keep following the Bit Journal and keep an eye on crypto updates and trends. So if you want more updates, that's one place you can go. So yeah, so do you guys think this can go through? Do you think it will happen? I hope so, because that would be great for Florida and just definitely separate it from the rest of the states that do not do it. So again, if they do it, it succeeds. Maybe the other ones will too. Let me know what you guys feel in the comments. So let's move on after this article. So yeah, so again, sorry for the ones who tuned in the beginning. No volume. Typical error. But let's move on to our next article, talking about the newest members of the Brics Nation and how they begin Bitcoin mining. So yes, it comes from Van Eck, and the UAE, Argentina, and Ethiopia begin state-backed Bitcoin mining. Let me take away this pop-up ad really fast. Boom. There we go. So yeah, Bitcoin mining, oh, so good. More stability in the Bitcoin network. Now, 3 of the newest members of Brics, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, have begun mining Bitcoin using government resources, according to Matthew Sigel, head of digital assets research and investment firm from Van Eck. Now, this move highlights emerging trends among Brics nations toward exploring digital assets for the economic resilience and financial independence. The Brics coalition, which now includes 6 additional nations, has a combined GDP larger than that of the G7. According to Sigel, in an interview with CNBC, recent developments suggest a shift away from traditional Western financial systems. Now here's a tweet from BitEagle. 3 of the 6 new members of Brics are mining Bitcoin. Russia's sovereign wealth fund is investing in Bitcoin, mining throughout Brics countries, and with the goal of setting up a global trade in Bitcoin. So this is crazy news. So if you guys are not bullish on Bitcoin, you better be now. But Sigil noted that Russia's sovereign wealth fund also invests in Bitcoin, mining, and artificial intelligence infrastructures across the Brics bloc. Now, the goal is to establish a regional system for setting international trade using Bitcoin, potentially reducing reliance on the US dollar. Now, in the same interview, Siegel described the current market setup as very bullish for Bitcoin, drawing comparisons to the 2020 US elections. He noted that Bitcoin's recent rally aligns with increased betting odds for Trump to win and a pattern of high volatility following the election results. Now, here is a tweet from him on X. Now, this chart, known as the gap of delusion, shows why the olds have a hard time changing their minds. They still speak well, even when their cognitive ability has departed. So the decline in cognitive abilities over time, it gets declined, the gap, and Now the full interview, if you want it, is on the Squawk CNN post. But he was like, this is a very bullish setup for Bitcoin into the election. We saw the exact same pattern in 2020 where Bitcoin lagged with low volatility. And then once a winner was announced, we had a high vol rally as new buyers come into the market, says Matthew. So we are kind of like mirroring like what did happen, but there is a difference. We got companies, institutions involved, and countries involved in Bitcoin now. Last one was just retail, and just because people were stuck in their house from COVID and they just had all this extra income, so that's what they spent their money on. But this time it's definitely different. But for many Bitcoin representatives, a decentralized financial tool that could provide Brics countries with an alternative to the dollar-dependent systems. If you didn't know what Bitcoin mining is, it's just the process of creating new Bitcoins and verifying transactions on the blockchain, which requires substantial energy and infrastructure. However, it could enable Brics nations to conduct trade independently of the US dollar itself. So yeah, so Brics is mining Bitcoin now, and whoo, this is pretty good. Well, they already did it because they had Russia starting it and all, but this is just to help with their global trade. Was that what they said with it? Where was that final one? High volatility, Brics, and yeah, just they just want to get away from the dollar dependent systems out there. So yeah, so if they have this and Bitcoin becomes a new one, which I definitely believe it will, this is good news. So that was our second article I have for you. Let's move on to our third one, not pertaining to Bitcoin, but Visa, and they're partnering with Coinbase to enable real-time cash outs. So yeah, so if you want to cash out on Coinbase, which I don't know why you want to sell a true asset and put it into something that can be printed up to infinity, that's on you. But it makes sense to cash out if you need to pay bills, but just I wouldn't cash out everything. I'd be stacking Bitcoin right now more than ever. But yes, let's go through this article. The global credit card giant has teamed up with America's largest crypto exchange again. So this isn't the first time they partnered with them. In an announcement on October 29th, international credit giant Visa unveiled the partnership enabling real-time money movement between traditional banking and crypto services using the Visa Direct network. Now, they were like, this partnership adds convenience and new services for Coinbase customers across the US and EU, including real-time, reliable, and secure money movement, it stated. Now, Visa's head of crypto, Kai Sheffield, commented on the collaboration on October 30th. He was like excited for Visa to partner with Coinbase to help them utilize Visa Direct to fund Coinbase accounts and enable real-time cash outs. Now, what about day and night trading? Customers of the exchange will be able to deposit funds into their Coinbase account in real time using eligible Visa debit cards, the announcement added. Now, the Visa Direct network offers a quick and secure money movement, further bridging the gap between traditional finance and blockchain technologies, and helping to minimize waiting periods for fund availabilities. Now, the head of Visa Direct for North America, Yanisa Gonzalez commented that Coinbase users with an eligible Visa debit card know that they can take advantage of trading opportunities day and night. Meanwhile, Senior Director of Product Management at Coinbase, Akash Shah, added that bringing this feature to our customers supports our mission of increasing economic freedom in the world. Now, collaborations between the two companies goes back to 2020 when Visa approved Coinbase as a principal member to improve customer experiences. The latest development expands on their existing relationships, which includes the Coinbase Visa debit card for U.S. customers. The crypto industry has often struggled to tap traditional banking and payment rails due to the concerns of over-market volatility and industry scandals, such as the high-profile collapses in 2022. However, as crypto regulations become more clearer across the globe, some of those challenges could be eased now. Additionally, crypto regulations could be firmed up in the U.S. by the next administration, reporting by Bloomberg. Now, Coinbase is among many crypto firms that have spent millions on influencing the presidential election through donations to super PACs, political action committees. Now, Coinbase's earnings is imminent. Coinbase Global is slated to report third quarter earnings on Wednesday, October 30th, and analysts expect the firm to report earnings of 45% per share, up from 14 cents a share in the second quarter, according to reports. They also expect that trading on the platform for quarter three has been stagnant as markets have remained sideways for most of the quarter, and the company's stock coin was up 1.65% on the day to react $221 during after-hours trading. Now, according to Google Finance, Coinbase shares have made a 40% year-to-date, but remain down 35% from their November 2021 peak, which coincided with the latest crypto bull market high. So there you go. Visa has partnered again with Coinbase just to make it a little bit easier to get your fiat onboarded on there and offboarded. So cool beans. Now let's move on to our next article, which is Cardano unlocks $1.3 trillion of Bitcoin liquidity with a Bitcoin OS bridge integration. So what? So yeah, Cardano will still be a layer one, but this is kind of like an additional layer two kind of integrating it now. This is kind of bullish for Cardano. So let's go through this article. Cardano taps Bitcoin OS to integrate Bitcoin liquidity into its DeFi ecosystem using zero-knowledge cryptography for secure cross-chain functionality. Now Cardano is set to gain access to $1.3 trillion in Bitcoin liquidity for its decentralized finance ecosystem through a new integration with Bitcoin OS, a Bitcoin smart contract platform. According to a press release shared with Cointelegraph, the integration aims to allow Cardano users to securely access Bitcoin without intermediaries in a move toward improved cross-chain functionality and DeFi expansion. Now, zero-knowledge cryptography will play a key role in the collaboration, facilitating a trustless method where the BOS can integrate Bitcoin assets into Cardano through verified transactions that do not involve third parties. Now, speaking with Cointelegraph, Idon Yago, the CEO and co-founder of Bitcoin OS, explained that Cardano and its community have a lot in common with Bitcoiners. They were like, Cardano has a reputation for building for the long term while respecting the security and decentralization. The Bitcoin OS has shown that it is possible to have smart contract functionality without major changes to its consensus code. Now, BTC liquidity on Cardano, how does this work? The BOS Grail bridge is a key integration and component providing a trustless connection powered by the BOS ZK Bitsnark verification protocol. ZK technology allows Bitcoin transactions and assets to be bridged onto Cardano's blockchain, benefiting Cardano's native D. Just D? Cardano's native D? What is that? I do not know. Guys, what is benefiting Cardano's native D? Is that ADA? I don't know. If you know what they remain to be, let me know. But Bitcoin liquidity on Cardano. The BOS Grail bridge is a key integration component providing a trustless connection powered by the BOS ZK Bitsnark verification protocol. Now, ZK technology allows Bitcoin transactions and assets to be bridged onto Cardano's blockchain, benefiting Cardano's native DeFi projects without sacrificing decentralized or security. Okay, I guess that was just probably a typo up there, but it must have been DeFi. But with the Bitcoin integration on Cardano, Bitcoin's market capitalization of around 1.3 trillion at the time of writing will become accessible for it. Now, will cross-chain capabilities be involved? I think so. According to a press release shared with Cointelegraph, Emergo, a founding entity behind Cardano's Web3 adoption efforts, views the collaboration as a step toward a more interconnected space. Ken Kodama, CEO of Emergo, explained that the integration has the potential to unlock new cross-chain capabilities and could help drive the adoption of DeFi. Kodama said that the Bitcoin OS bridge and the ZK tech could further strengthen Cardano by opening access for the Layer 1's blockchain users and projects and developers to secure a trustless path to Bitcoin. Now, the Bitcoin OS Grail bridge, what is it? Well, on September 10th, BOS partnered with Layer 2 scaling solution Merlin Chain to deploy the Bitcoin OS Grail bridge and improve cross-chain transactions without centralized trust mechanisms. Merlin Chain founder Jeff Yin told Cointelegraph that the partnership would provide users with a trustless decentralized bridge for Bitcoin native assets. Now, the bridge establishes ZK proof-powered trustless bridging written directly onto the Bitcoin blockchain, eliminating the need for centralized security measures such as multi-sig or multi-party computation. Now, Yin described the development as just the beginning of this collaboration as it's pushing toward more interoperability with the Bitcoin ecosystem. So again, it's just the beginning, and yeah, this is definitely bullish news on Cardano. So all you ADA holders out there are probably loving this because yeah, this is huge. ADA is just like coming out of nowhere now. It's like we knew they were good and everything, but now just more people are hearing about them. They're coming out with some great stuff, and having this bridge with Bitcoin, it's definitely a bonus. So way to go, Cardano. Now that was that news article. Let's move on to our next one where, Reddit, what did you do? Reddit sold off most of its Bitcoin in September, the SEC filing shows. Now, why would you do that? They just weren't patient enough. Like, October was coming. People in the beginning of October were like, oh, you said this was going to be October. Like, where are the pricing? Well, we got it now. It's still October, so we are in October now. So you just had to be patient, but it looks like Reddit was not. Let's go through this article and see how much they actually sold. So Reddit sold the majority of its cryptocurrency holdings, mainly dominated by Bitcoin, before Bitcoin started pumping up in October, as revealed in its latest Securities and Exchange Commission filing. The news comes as Bitcoin has experienced a significant price gain that cryptocurrency traders have coined the term Uptober. In its SEC filing, the company said that during the 3 months ended in September on the 30th, we sold the majority of our cryptocurrency portfolio, which consisted primarily of Bitcoin and Ether. Now, Reddit missed the windfall by a whisker. Reddit sold its Bitcoin at the price between $54,000 and $68,000 before it could cash in on a potential windfall as the cryptocurrency soared to $73,000. Now, although Reddit did not disclose the amount of cryptocurrency that was disposed of, but it did maintain that the sale was immaterial. The net carryout value of the cryptocurrency, as well as the gain recognized on sale, was immature for the periods presented. However, the company said that Bitcoin and Ether sold in this period to September 2024 were only in their portfolio in order to fulfill treasury purposes. Reddit added that the company needed board approval in order to execute any future cryptocurrency investments according to its investment policy. Now, any investments by us in cryptocurrencies for treasury purposes are limited to Bitcoin, Ether, and any other cryptocurrency that the SEC and other investment regulatory boards do not deem to be security through a public statement. Reddit sends filing. So I guess that means they can hold on to Litecoin. Yeah, let's go Litecoin. I still love that coin out there. But the company acknowledged that it is difficult to execute as they are risk-based judgments and not guided by regulatory developments. Now, according to Forbes, the Bitcoin-led cryptocurrency rally is the result of a combination of factors. The hedge fund investors have bet on Bitcoin as a safe haven against inflation, which is projected to be driven by government policies backed by presidential candidates like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Now, economists believe that the world will see the U.S. debt soar by trillions of dollars and that the Federal Reserve, which cut interest rates earlier, will fail to tame inflation. Now, on the other hand, the price rally has coincided with the rising odds of Trump's presidency, which, despite his previous stance on cryptocurrency, has emerged to be pro-Bitcoin, as he is advocating for a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile. Now, here's that post from Bitcoin Magazine saying that Reddit just sold its majority of its Bitcoin. It's like, pumping in October. So, oof. So Bitcoin Magazine getting a jab at them. But Reddit shares rallied on a strong Q3 earnings. On the New York Stock Exchange, Reddit shares gained about 41% on Wednesday to $116 per share after the company reported a $30 million net income for the third quarter. The third quarter net income beat estimates and was coming from $7.4 million loss in the same quarter in 2023. Now, the company expects a Q4 revenue to reach between $385 million and $400 million, above the average analysis estimate of $357.9 million. Now, it was another strong quarter for Reddit and our communities as we achieved important milestones, including new levels of user traffic, revenue growth, and profitability. The firm has a quite history with cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum, as it began with its plans to integrate blockchain technology within its platform. Reddit introduced the Vault cryptocurrency wallet and collectible avatars, which allows users to own digital items on Ethereum's blockchain via Polygon Matic. However, since these developments, the company has distanced itself from recent cryptocurrency initiatives such as the Moons token and collectible expressions, which were later abandoned. Now, in its SEC filing, the company said it has doubts about the long-term adoption of blockchain, noting that cryptocurrency speculative risks and the Reddit app still carries the Vault wallet and allows users to access crypto rewards despite the firm reducing its crypto investments. Now, Reddit's actions indicate a more cautious approach to blockchain, despite over 18 million tokens of their collectible avatars having been minted on it through it. So yeah, so they're still being very, very cautious about it. But nah, they should have been more patient. They should have held on, and they could have had better quarter earnings, especially now. It's like, I don't know why they would give up a majority of it, but that's okay. Like, if they're going to sell it, people like you, me and big guys like MicroStrategy are going to be buying it up. And hey, even like Microsoft's doing their voting process right now if they're going to start adding Bitcoin to their treasury. So finger crossed they do, because that's like $500 billion or a trillion. I think I covered that in an article. So fingers crossed. But let's go through this next article on MicroStrategy announcing $42 billion capital plan to buy more Bitcoin. So MicroStrategy's 21-21 plan involves equal splits of equity sales and fixed income security offerings. MicroStrategy announced on Wednesday that it plans to raise $42 billion over the next 3 years to purchase more Bitcoin for its balance sheets and improve Bitcoin yield for its shareholders. Now, in its Q3 earnings release, the company said that the 21-21 plan would involve raising $21 billion through ATM equity offerings and $21 billion in fixed income securities. Now, as the Bitcoin treasury company, we plan to use additional capital to buy more Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset in a manner that will allow us to achieve higher Bitcoin yield, said Phong Li, the president and chief executive officer of MicroStrategy. Now, the company's new targets for annual Bitcoin yield have risen to between 6% and 10%, achieved by executing such raises and offerings at the right time. Now, MicroStrategy also reported a $412 million impairment loss on its digital assets, indicating that it has yet to adopt fair value accounting for its business. Now, MicroStrategy's executive chairman, Michael Saylor, announced this month that he plans to evolve MicroStrategy into a $1 trillion Bitcoin bank, and the MSTR stock soared to 20-year highs shortly after that promise. So yeah. So a little short, not really an article, but just bulletins on what they're doing. But yeah, he wants it to be $1 trillion Bitcoin bank. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You go, Saylor. So yeah, woo. So yeah, super bullish on Bitcoin. Reddit, why would you sell your Bitcoin? It is what it is. Cardano, Charles Hoskin, you're doing a great job having that bridge with Bitcoin. Brics Nation mining Bitcoin and just slowly just beating out that dollar. And what was that other one? Oh yeah, first one of the article, Florida getting Bitcoin on the state pension fund. Oh, that'd be sweet. So I am super duper bullish on Bitcoin, and this is going to be a fun cycle. So buckle up, people. This is going to be fun. All right, now to close off, let's take a look at that fear and greed index. Are people still greedy? Yes, they are. We are at 66, just down 1 point since yesterday. But Bitcoin is currently at $72,440. So let's take a look at that little quick chart. Ethereum, as you can see down there, or I'm not sure if you could, is only at 2,400. So sorry if you're still, don't be impatient like Reddit was with Bitcoin. Ethereum is still a solid project out there. So just be patient with that. Like if Ethereum goes, then you're going to see all the altcoins rise. So here's just the day chart. We're just charting sideways right now, but let's take a look at yesterday and like the beginning of this week's data chart, because when we were at just 67, we were just chasing it, and then bam, we're all the way up here. We're going to hit all-time highs soon. Will it be this week? Will it be during the election time? I don't know, but I don't know. Where are we going to go? Where's this? Are we just going to get that godlike candle that shoots us up to 100,000? I really do hope so. But let's keep going, Bitcoin. I love you. And I love all you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you. Sorry for the mishap in the beginning. I'll probably try to edit that if I can. If not, it's just going to be their silence for the first 8 minutes. But thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you again, if not tomorrow, the next day. Because I feel like I'm doing these videos every other day now. So I will see you then.